Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Gauranga, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Devo, welcome. Shamaguri, thank you for coming. Let's see here. How is the sound? Is it okay? Let me know if the sounds as good as this morning. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Good, all right. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda 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 Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Nityananda 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Vishvambara, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Vishvambara, 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 Vishvambara. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna This gets better and better all the time. Oh, man. What a path, huh? What a wonderful path. What do you say, Maria? Maria. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna. Woo! Oh, my Lord. Oh, ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Rama. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna. Woo! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Oh, Hare. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Oh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Ooh, Jesus Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Okay. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Uh, Ooh, it's like I gotta build up strength for this kind of chanting, man. It's intense, man. Whew. Heartache in a good way, a fantastic way. Hey, brothers and sisters. Hey, thank you for coming. Oh, this is great to hang out together, man. Another opportunity. It's so great, man. Maria, Maria, beautiful Maria. And then the Lalita Madhava is here, ecstatic Lalita Madhava. And there's Madhasudan, the stalwart, and Lalita Ganga, the ocean of ecstasy. And Evo, this beautiful soul, Evo. And Mark Jaggers. Hey, welcome, Mark. Thank you for coming. And Mary Sachi, thank you for coming. Yes, and Daphne. All right, Daphne. I'm always happy when you come. I feel happy. Daphne's here. And Shamaguri, the hostess with the mostess. In Vrindavan, don't worry about, like designations so much. In Vrindavan, they also had designations. They had some people that were more vitey than others, or, like there was Nandamukhi. She was the daughter of a Brahmini or something, you know. Yeah, so she was the local Brahmini in Vrindavan, and then there was Madhu Mangal. He was the son of a Brahmin or something, also very kind of he like an overeating Brahmin. Yeah. like sweets, you know. They had all kinds of people. They had Aborigines. See, the thing is, everybody had love of God. Everybody had love of Krishna. That was the thing. It didn't matter what your designation was. That's what we're here to share with people now again. You know, it's not what your designation. Just be your designation. Like Shamaguri, you're like kind of a regulative. You like that. It's kind of your habit. It's you like this. So you just kind of do your little regulative thing, and that's your characteristics. So that's just how it is. But everybody here, like in our sangha, is they develop attachment to Lord Chaitanya and Krishna, and the Vaishnavas, the eternal Vaishnavas. So it's like that kind of thing going on here. Yeah. Okay. So what do we do? Let's see. I'm just going to pick some verses from different places, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. What do we got here? Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. How do you do that? The confidential reasons for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. I'll just pick some verses from here that I like. Uh, so this chapter 4 of Adi Leela, text 15:16. The Lord's desire to appear was born from two reasons. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence. Oh my God, this is the truth. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of the bellows of love of God. Eh? That's what we do here. This is what it's all about here. Is learning to taste the sweet. See, it's not the sweetness of this the sense gratification of the world. It's the sweetness of the sense gratification of the spiritual world. See, they gratify their spiritual awakened senses. And that's the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, to awaken the devotees' spiritual senses so that they can taste the sweet essence of the bellows of love of God by tasting these verses and these names. That's it, man. That's the treasure. That's the pearl of great price Jesus was talking about. This is the more he wanted to tell us. And it's, since Lord Chaitanya. Cole, welcome, Cole. Thank you for coming, man. Don't be a stranger, man. Don't forget us over here. Don't get caught up too much with the family. A little bit, but not too much. Got to balance. You need a balance. So Lord Chaitanya wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of Godhead. It's that great, and that's the show, man. I see that's the show of in the world showing. Oh, here everything is about sacrifice. People either know it or don't know it or know it somewhat. It's all about sacrificing for the Lord. That's our nature, is to live a life of sacrifice. When people do fruitive activities in the world, they they bear material fruits. That's the idea. They go to work, make money and get this fruit of this paper, and they exchange it for usually stuff for the children or for themselves or for their wives, and buy them diamonds and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's a path of sacrifice, and there's a kind of a happiness in that. kind of a in comparison, if you get to taste these mellows, it's like let's put it this way: devotees give up that because for this taste, this sacrifice. This is also sacrifice. This is the Lord came here to teach the sacrifice of chanting the holy name with taste, and He wanted to give that potency so you could do it. See, so that's the whole thing. When you have a bona fide guru uh, who is actually a real associate of the Lord in line with that kind of mission of the Lord, which we are here, is you get that taste so you can chant the holy name and taste these mellows like you see here. It's fantastic, man. It'll put a smile on your face, man. You'll live in bliss. And you always have protection of the Lord. He'll give you insights and give you knowledge and realizations, and the greatest happiness. And there's no other happiness that I found in this world. I don't plan on seeing it. I've seen enough in this world that there's no greater happiness than tasting the nectar in the holy name. And I don't have to be falsely renounced. I don't have to give up my life in this world. I can still taste the things of the world. And the main thing God is just looking for is taste Him. Taste it. Taste these mellows. Right, Sachi? Is this the truth? Right? Oh, Sachi. Thank you for being such a stalwart on this path here.
I feel like I have nothing left.
Don't worry, you're going back to Godhead. Absolutely. No doubt. Don't worry about it. The Lord's he's just sucking that old life out of you, the old thing. You got to realize there's nothing really in that. It's all in this. You saw my journey, for years. It's all getting more. This transcendental taste for the names, kind of grows on you, man.
But I'm getting these messages from old nurses that say I'm on this publishing clearinghouse. I'm supposed to get all this money, and I think it's a scam.
It is a scam. Yeah, don't. They're getting desperate now for everybody. People are desperate for money and both ways, So don't play that game. Don't. There's never nothing something for nothing when it's to do with money and the internet. No. They're very tricky nowadays.
That's
Yeah.
that's
So
what I've really
yeah,
appreciated you for that advice.
yeah.
You're very clear on that.
Oh yeah, very clear on that. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah. So the Lord appeared to taste these mellows of devotion. So what you get here, see, the thing with what Vaishnavas need to learn on the path of what Prabhupada brought them is that there's this level here, and the value you get here is because the devotees here, many of them, their spiritual senses are awakened, and just by being close to this association, your spiritual senses and abilities to taste this nectar will awaken also. And otherwise, it would be so hard to get it through austerities and these very difficult paths, regulative devotional service. So that's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita doesn't preach to go that way. No, just go into the association of the Vaishnavas. The Lord has made it very easy. We're just born at such a great time. Uh, this whole internet, this whole Facebook thing is really for us. I mean, this gives the devotees in all sanghas in all places the possibility to connect here with us. There could be millions of people going back to Godhead. The more people realize that this is very real, that we're not lying and bullshitting. As soon as we conquer more of this Maya, more of these, these false logicians and these, what do you call, illusionists, like this. As long as more of that is gone, then more people can connect here and just get this gift of Lord Chaitanya's mercy to chant the holy name in ecstasy. Man, that's basically it. To become like the other devotees here. and taste the nectar in these transcendental names. They're not. This is non-different than God. If people could get a trip to the spiritual world, which is beyond the material universe, uh, that's what chanting the holy name in ecstasy is like. You get a trip to the spiritual dimension where there's bliss and there's ecstasy, uncommon happiness that is eternal and ever fresh. And you can call on that name, and the Lord will come very easily. That's what you get here. That's the treasure. It's that simple and that profound. Yeah, good. Yeah, so just do that when you can. So he wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God, and he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. See? So he wanted to taste these mellows and to propagate. See, that's the mission of Lord Caitanya. He didn't want to propagate Vaidhi Bhakti. That's only a beginning thing. The mission of the Lord was to taste these mellows and propagate it to others, and so that they can do that also. And but to do that, you have to see them. So this no-show thing is finished. That everybody needs to give that one up. Give up this no-show thing. You're not supposed to show. You're not supposed to show. That's baloney. The way the Lord. I mean, now it's baloney. Okay, maybe it was okay when Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta was preaching, and up until this point. Now it's time to give that up. This no-show thing. Now it's time to put on the show. Therefore, spontaneous devotional service is available now. Otherwise, without that show, number one, you don't know what spontaneous devotion looks like. You don't know what it is. You don't even know its value. Because a person that doesn't have it and they preach about it, like that's what people have been doing. They don't have it. That's what I've seen. They didn't have it. And they preach speculation about what it is. So, what people need to see is who has it and the glory of it and the value of it and the power of it to awaken others to also taste this. So we're on the same mission, Lord Chaitanya. We're empowered by the Lord's grace, this grace of Lord Chaitanya, to taste these mellows and propagate them to others. Can't you see? Isn't that reality? Isn't this real in many devotees' lives right here? This is not a bluff. It's not an exaggeration. It's not a lie. It's not a deception. It's real. We're really real here, my friends. It's a shock, I know. We're so used to seeing illusions, false representations of the truth, lies, deceptions, gurus who are not really ecstatic residents of Vrindavan. We're so used to not seeing the real thing, we just don't believe it exists anymore. We don't even know that it exists because these teachers can't teach us. They're not teaching it. They're not teaching the glories of tasting the mellows of devotion, like Lord Chaitanya did, like Nityananda did, by showing it and preaching its glories and enticing people to also come onto this path, to come into this association, that this is the most valuable thing and way to spend your time and life. Right, Fanny? Fanny knows. Evo knows. He's up here every day. And others also. Lalita. Oh, so many. Daphne. So these verses are so perfect, man. They're so real. This is reality. That's why I love them so much. Because the Lord is tickled. He tickles me. It's like It tickles me because it makes me feel so happy because he's so happy sharing this gift with to the world. He's so happy to have somebody he could use, like some kind of avatar down here, like in that TV series. They have these avatars. He can use somebody to propagate what's close to his heart. And the power is here to actually do it. The blessing is here to do it of the Parampara, the Vaishnavas, and Krishna, who actually came and gave the blessings and the order. Yeah, it's a great verse. See, he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on a platform of spontaneous attraction. We could spend all our time on this. We can just talk about this all day and tomorrow and the next day because this is the essence of the absolute truth. This, if this is clear in the minds of Vaishnavas, you'll know number one, who is a real representative of the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, the highest the real representative, the one that's real, the real devotee that has real devotion, and the real path is represented by them. In this verse, tells you all of this. Tells you what is the awakening of the spiritual body. What does that mean to have your spiritual body awakened? Oh, well, when it's awakened, you can taste the nectar of Hare Krishna. Whoa, what a concept. Oh, and if you're really doing it, tears will squirt out of your eyes. You'll have one of these and one of these to blow your nose. Otherwise, people will say, oh, what are you using the same cloth? Yeah. And they get very wet. This one is like really wet. This one. See, this is the symptoms of ecstatic worship. It's wonderful. You don't even need a cold anymore. You blow your nose so much, pretty much, you just purify your body like a cold does. You don't have to go through the great trouble of washing the deity, getting all that Ganga water every day, and going to Mayapur or going to the temple every day to wash the deity and dress them. No, you just wash the deity in the form of his name. It's also the deity, more so actually in a sense, especially when you're attached to chanting. See, the tears is washing the deity's feet, man. When you chant in ecstasy. Oh, and then the sacrifice is more than complete. The Lord said, "Oh boy, that's the best requirement fulfilled." Yeah, what can I say, Janaki? I'm addicted, man. I'm an addict. Yeah. And here this you got to hear the last part of this verse. Therefore, therefore, thus he is known as the supremely jubilant and the most merciful of all. Do you know you to be the most merciful devotee or incarnation of God or devotee representing that God? You have to have these two qualities. You have to be the most jubilant, most ecstatic devotee. Unless there's somebody else like you, then they're also the most. But they're so rare. You're lucky if you find one. But here you find one, and then you have others two. We have two, three, four, who knows, maybe quite a few. That's the association we need. That's where the real path is, are those devotees. That's where you need to fly, where spontaneous devotional service is available in such association like that, like this. This is the greatest associate. I haven't seen one place like this. I've been amongst the Radhakund Babajis. I'm not a inexperienced person. I spent 6 months with Radhakund Babajis, man. Never seen anything like this. I spent 1.5 years with Narayan Raj. And didn't see anything like this. No ecstatic worship like this. They say they're hiding it, but I don't believe it. And the realizations aren't coming like this. They just speculate and believe that it's like, but they don't know. See? So I didn't see any of that there. I haven't seen it. I spent 5 years, 5 long years in ISKCON. Nothing like this. Okay? I've never seen more jubilant. You show me one disciple of any guru in any place that's as jubilant as Johann and Lalita Ganga in their worship. Jubilant, you can see jubilation, a happiness, a smiles, an ecstasy, and realizations too, as good as that. Even my disciples here are becoming so jubilant. They're representing that jubilant Lord. That's why you need to find devotees like Lalita Ganga and Johann and associate with them. And I'm sorry if I leave you out, but just using some examples. Some are really out there, out there examples, really out there, off out in right field, left field, you know. So what's the point of hiding love of God? Well, I'll tell you. Well, there could be one practice. Some people they misunderstand creates a bit of a problem. That's one thing. But the reason why many people have hate it because they really don't have it, and they don't like to elude. This is all this world of deception. There's so many lies, so many deceptions. And or they just speculate what it is, but they might even convince themselves they have it, but they really don't. But they think in their mind, oh, I've got it. I've memorized all these verses of Rupa Goswami. Oh yeah, I'm there, but I'm just hiding this pure devotion because Rupa Goswami didn't show it. Which who knows if he did or didn't? Nobody knows for sure. He might have been. So even if he did, there are devotees who showed it. So who's wrong? Oh, well, Rupa Goswami's right for not showing it, and these other ecstatic devotees are wrong for showing it. No, it's just different moods and different temperaments and different times and places and circumstances. You can't tell an ecstatic devotee whether they can show or not show. They're not under the control of people that don't have ecstatic worship. They're not liberated souls. If you don't worship the Lord in ecstasy, you have nothing to and this is what they do. I have so many people. They have no ecstasy, never cry a tear for Krishna. They want to tell me what to do. They want to tell me, oh, you shouldn't be crying for Krishna in public. Who are you to tell a person who cries for Krishna what they do? I don't even tell. You don't tell. You see me telling Lalita Ganga, don't cry for her. She's up, it's between her and the Lord now. Thank God. Krishna, you take over now. Ball's in your court. Yeah, disciples like that now, really good. Very ecstatic. Yeah, and so now it's irrelevant. No, we're here to show this path. We're here to distribute this. If hey, this is our hey man, this is our Krishna and Radha are our possessions. There are our objects of barter. You got to have some kind of barter. You're in this world, man. You got to barter with people. So you're right. You got to serve and have some service you can do for people, and they got to serve you. And this is a way. It's one of service here. So you got to have some barter chip. So Radha and Krishna is our bartering chip, man. We barter with the world. We're presenting a product here, and this kind of product is so great that whether you get anything for it or not, it doesn't matter because you're just happy. Your happiness increases when their happiness increases. That's why devotees preach. They're unhappy at the distress of others. I mean, I was seeing like on there's a guy who goes and videos these people that are like homeless and stuff, and he's been doing these girls, and it's so sad in many ways. And I mean, I wish I could. Wish I don't. No, I don't wish I could. I don't feel. At least I haven't felt materially sad in a long time. Thank God. I mean, I'm been there, done that. But that's just it comes with ecstatic worship. But it's a sadness, like it's a sad situation. These persons are in this Maya, and they're weakened by the world and by the Maya. Weakens them because of they're being destroyed because lack of knowledge. They don't have this information. They don't know how to connect with their own source that makes them strong. See, many of the devotees here have learned how to connect with their source, and it gives you spirit strength of the spirit. See, this is self-realization. The Lord wants to give this very easily. In our sangha, you can get that, and then you don't need these unenlightened gurus. They need to come here and get this mercy too. No, you don't need unawakened gurus to manipulate you or tell you what to do. When you get this, you don't even need me to tell you what to do, because that's the whole point of this mission, is to awaken devotees' relationship with the Lord, like the guru has, like my relationship. So but you'll have yours in your own way, but you'll be connected to your source also, and then you get that strength. You see the devotees getting it, you follow their progress. They're getting stronger and stronger. The only weakness is all this bullshit, coming out of them, and they sometimes identify with it. Because the only weakness is their faith in the Maya, and it's coming out and all that. But that's all temporary. So, good question. Yeah, what is the point of hiding it? Because here it's about showing it, to show the beauty of it and the value of worshiping the Lord in loving ecstasy. That's why He came, and that's why we're here. That's why this is a mission I'm on. Is to teach the value of worshiping the Lord with tasting these mellows. That's what you get here. This is the greatest opulence in the world. This makes you a guru better than 1,000 unawakened gurus in ISKCON. And they don't have this awakening. I haven't seen anybody. You, just as an ordinary Joe Blow or Jane Doe, any just ordinary person here, you become better than them. And I'm just using them as an illustration to show you the power of this, the glory of this connection, the glory of this gift. And it's not like, oh, well, what about, hey, you guys can come over here. If you want it first, you can also come. Acharya Dave and Radhanath, you can come and get this gift. If you don't come and take it, or your followers don't, we'll give it out to whoever it comes. I don't care. We do just what Paul did. He started to give it to the Gentiles, just ordinary persons. So we'll give it to the Amy's and Daphne's and whoever else will come. Just people, whatever, just regular people, until you see the glory of it yourself and your eyes come open. But you could come also. The gurus can come and get this too. But usually they're a bit proud. They won't come. They have to wait for a while. But who knows? Krishna might do a miracle and open somebody's eyes over there. I'm just telling the truth. This verse I'm reading to you here is in force here. It's in the hearts of many devotees here. They worship like that verse. That's where spontaneous devotional service is available, is here. And Ramananda Roy said, if spontaneous devotional service is available somewhere, what did Ramananda Roy say? You should fly there immediately. We made it easy for people. Just turn your camera on. Yeah. So don't look, oh, well, this is so easy, it can't be real, or I don't need to come. Oh, really? Oh. All right. So he's known as the supremely jubilant and the most merciful of all. So these two qualities are come side by side. If you want to find out where the most powerful deliverance is, the most greatest spiritual treasure to be released in the world, and the most mercy, You got to find one who is the most jubilantly worshiping the Lord, the most ecstatically. See? And that's where the most mercy is. And what is that mercy? Oh, hey, we're here distributing the mercy of Lord Caitanya to get prema bhakti. Now that's mercy, huh? Even the illustrious Narayan Raj. Oh, prema. Oh, that take you many lifetimes. See, didn't obviously have this kind of jubilation in his worship. Didn't realize this. What is this guy with a blue T-shirt on? We're realizing all these things and delivering those who believe. You have faith in this word. The Lord will prove these words are true coming from this mouth. It's His flute. It's His word. It's His breath. I just like serving His breath, man. Everybody else out there, in Vitae land usually has bad breath. I like the breath of the Lord, man. I like Him to toot His horn. Okay, so the most merciful or the most jubilant. So Lord Chaitanya was the most jubilant avatar. There's nobody more ecstatic than him. Therefore, the most mercy exuded from him. Okay, and that because he was actually Radha and Krishna combined, and Radha was manifesting. The power of her love was manifesting. See, and so it was the most mercy came through Lord Chaitanya in this combined form of Radha and Krishna. Uh, So all the world, all the universe is filled with the conception of my majesty. But love weakened by that sense of majesty does not satisfy me. Yeah, I think I'm going to save this for later. I think I had enough, a little bit strained my voice and stuff. So we'll end it here for a little bit. I'll take a little break. Ah, thank you very much for coming, everybody. And get back to your prescribed duties now. Oops.